like the American Adversaries. These guys are sexy and smart.
And we're back. And General Lucas Paris, please tell folks how they can see us on YouTube.
Well, go to YouTube.
Hold on. Can we get his mic up and running there?
Mic hot?
There you go. You got to pull it a little closer to you.
All right, let me pull this thing closer here.
There you go.
There we go. All right. Go to YouTube, type in Adversaries TV, and you'll find the whole of our video library. Otherwise, just type in Periscope, and you'll see the recent one pop up. You can also subscribe to the channel, and when you get a new video that pops up, it alerts you.
All right. Thank you, General Paris.
Thank you.
All right, folks. As I said last week on the show, we've got a whole new series of Dumb and Feckless, new second season that we're going to be partaking of. We're going to be enjoying, so to speak, as we go along through this election fall. So, Jeff, if you will. Welcome to tonight's episode of The Dumb and the Feckless, starring Bill and Hillary Clinton, and Barack and Michelle Obama and Valerie Jarrett. The script was written by Edward Klein and taken from his great new book, Unlikable, The Problem with Hillary. Tonight, we find our characters in the Oval Office of the White House. Follow me as we watch the action. Hillary sent word to the White House that she wanted to speak with Barack Obama. Alone. Just the two of them in the Oval Office, without the intrusion of Valerie Jarrett, the president's consigliere and chief political strategist, or without Michelle Obama, who frequently meddled in such Oval Office meetings. Hillary didn't like or trust Jarrett and Michelle, and she knew that the feeling was mutual. And so Hillary stipulated that she be allowed to see the president privately. According to people who spoke directly with Hillary about the proposed meeting, she believed that Jarrett was behind the recent spate of damaging press leaks about foreign donations to the Clinton Foundation, Hillary's use of a private email account, and her back-channel email exchanges with Sidney Blumenthal. When she discussed the matter with Bill Clinton, he opposed the meeting with Obama. He told her that it would accomplish nothing and that Obama couldn't intervene to help her even if he wanted to. And he clearly didn't want to. He has a visceral dislike of me and only a slightly less dislike of you, Bill said, according to sources close to Hillary who were interviewed for this book. The Clintons then had one of their usual knockdown, drag-out shouting matches, and, as so often had happened in the past, when it was over, Hillary chose to ignore Bill's advice. She waited anxiously for word about the meeting from the White House. According to an entirely different set of sources, in this case, people who spoke directly to Valerie Jarrett, Obama dreaded the prospect of being alone with Hillary. Who wouldn't? Obama had it with Hillary, these sources said. As far as he was concerned, Hillary had ignored his explicit warnings about her use of a private email account, had breached a written agreement regarding foreign donations to the foundation, and had allowed the detested Blumenthal to poke his nose into State Department business. Insulted and outraged, Obama had given Jarrett the green light to leak stories to the press about Hillary's crimes and misdemeanors. And Jarrett had gladly embraced her role as leaker-in-chief. Her explicit intention was to sabotage Hillary's chances of winning the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. Obama had no doubt that Hillary wanted to confront him about these matters. He told Jarrett and Michelle that he was tired of listening to Hillary vent. The White House had allowed that to happen far too many times over the past several months. He didn't want to put himself through that ordeal again. His answer to Hillary's request was a flat no. There would be no meeting. Eventually, however, Jarrett persuaded Obama to grant Hillary an audience. One way or another, you can't dodge her and you can't stall. And there's nothing she can say that will change anything. And so, bitterly and reluctantly, Obama agreed to meet with Hillary, but only on one condition. He wanted Jarrett with him in the Oval Office as a buffer when Hillary arrived. Unlike most people who are about to meet with the President of the United States, Hillary wasn't the least bit intimidated by the aura of the man or his office. She had lived in the White House for 8 years, had been in the Oval Office hundreds of times, was married to a president, and knew that he put his pants on one leg at a time just like every other man, and herself. Jarrett, on the other hand, was used to people who acted obsequiously when they arrived to meet with the president, and she found Hillary's attitude to be imperious and condescending. In a bit of gamesmanship, she purposely kept Hillary waiting for more than a half hour. At first, Hillary pretended not to care that she was kept waiting, said a source who later spoke to Jarrett. But when Hillary was ushered into the Oval Office, she was shocked to find Valerie standing next to the president, who was sitting behind his big oak desk. What can I do for you, Hillary?" Obama said. He did not get up to greet her. Hillary tried a friendly approach. She asked Obama for his advice on how to handle her troubles. She didn't think she had done anything wrong, she said. She was being persecuted for minor, meaningless violations. Obama acted as if he didn't know what she was talking about. He was almost deliberately dense, said a Clinton source who spoke with Hillary shortly after the meeting and was later interviewed for this book. It really angered her. Everyone, including the president, knew that Hillary had a self-righteous side and a ferocious temper. She told friends that her father had been volcanic and that she, unfortunately, had inherited the trait. Now, she lost the struggle to contain her composure. What I want you to do is to call off your fracking dogs, Barack." Only she didn't use the word fracking, she used that other word. Hillary said, according to Clinton and Jarrett sources. Hillary later said she regretted blowing up, not because she had been disrespectful to the president, but because she had revealed how much the charges against her had upset her. She let her antagonists see her vulnerability. For a brief moment, Obama looked stunned. Then he stood up, turned his back on Hillary, and stared out the tall windows overlooking the Wilson Rose Garden. Jarrett later said that she was afraid the president had been rendered speechless, something that rarely happened in all the years she had known him. But before Jarrett could intercede, Obama spun around and looked directly at Hillary. "There's nothing I can do one way or the other," he said. "Things have been set in motion, and I can't and won't interfere. Your problems are frankly of your own making. If you had been honest," Hillary interrupted him. "There are always haters out to get the Clintons," she said. Later, Hillary told friends that she should have listened to Bill and not gone to the meeting. Now, however, all she wanted to do was get out of the Oval Office as quickly as possible. She stood up, waved goodbye, and murmured, "Thank you," as she walked out, leaving the door of the Oval Office open behind her. Tune in again later for more of The Dumb and the Feckless.